one of the biggest splashes so far this offseason, and that is Paul George signing with the Philadelphia 76ers a 4-year, $212 million contract. So let me, open up the floor to you. We can get into, if you want to start with first fit or financially, whatever, we could just kind of bounce back and forth about that and just, talk a little bit about that. But how do you feel about this signing, bringing Paul George with the 76ers?
No, bro. No.
Talk
It's
to
your
me.
show. It's your show. I want to hear your unbiased on what you got for it. Like, what are your thoughts? Talk to me about the fit. Just, from the
Okay.
basketball sense, and then we'll go.
Okay. All right. So look, so let me say this. First things first, PG going to the 76ers means that the Clippers fumbled SGA and 7 first-round draft picks. Okay, that's the first thing I want to say. That's the first thing I want to say, right? Like, they fumbled the bag. I'm talking about,
one of those picks was J-Dub too, right?
That's insane.
Yeah.
That's J-Dub and SGA is probably the biggest 2 reasons why the Oklahoma City Thunder were as good as they were this last season. So it's insane to think about that. The Clippers letting him walk basically fumbled a league MVP. In my opinion, he should have been league MVP last year, and 7 first-round picks. But let's not even just talk about that. Like, let's talk more about the 76ers, right? I think this automatically gives Joel Embiid the best team that he's ever had. Like, this puts them in the top tier of teams in the league, fully healthy. I think their floor is their Eastern Conference Finals. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Floor?
Their floor. Like, if they don't get to the Eastern Conference Finals, they have failed this year, in my opinion, if they're fully healthy. But there's a negative to this, though, right? Like, you get Joel Embiid, the best team he's ever had, but there's a negative to it, okay? They have $250 million tied up in 3 players. Paul George is 34 years old, and in the 4th year of his contract, bro's going to be 38 years old, okay? So let's also not forget that Paul George and Joel Embiid are extremely injury prone. So that's the negative side of it. But as far as the fit, like as far as basketball wise, in my opinion, if you ask me, this, if fully healthy, this fits like a glove. You give Joel Embiid another elite ball handler for him to run pick and rolls with. It forces defense to make tough decisions because, like, if imagine you have Paul George out on the wing, you got a Maxey and Joel Embiid high pick and roll, and now these teams have to decide on whether they're gonna help on Maxey coming downhill and help off Paul George, leave him open in the corner, or are you going to stay stuck on Paul George? And mind you, Paul George is shooting 45 last year. He shot 45% from the 3-point line on catch and shoot. And since 2013, since the tracking era, there's only been 3 players in the NBA that's made more catch and shoot threes than Paul George. Do you want to guess who those 3 are, Jay?
Pretty sure Klay Thompson's in there.
Klay Thompson, Stephen Curry, and last name pretty surprising, it's Kevin Love, right? So those are only 3 players since 2013 that have made more catch and shoot threes than Paul George. So as far as the fit wise, this is like, in my opinion, amazing. You get this 3-headed monster, and then also you're adding a lot of wing depth, right? Because now they brought back Oubre, they signed Paul George, and they signed Caleb Martin. That's 3 elite, or if you don't want to say elite, at least above average wing defenders, and wing defenders are very, very valuable in this league. So I say all this to say, Jay, like, this was a great fit, like, playing basketball wise. Now financially, I don't know. So this is when you help me out, Jay. This is when you help me out, Jay. Talk to me.
I am not crazy about this.
Okay.
Are they an Eastern Conference? That they're an Eastern Conference floor, assuming Joel Embiid health. Like they are. But I'm not sliding right past that whole nugget there.
Okay.
Like where is Joel Embiid in terms of, well, he's not Orlando Magic Shaq, but LA Lakers Shaq, Miami Heat Shaq, Phoenix Suns Shaq. Where's Joel Embiid right now?
He's better than every single one of them except the Los Angeles Lakers Shaq, in my opinion, because he really can shoot that thing.
No, I'm more so talking about age and health. And 1 year he just, like, when Shaq went from Miami to Phoenix, he fell off the map.
Yeah.
And I know I got like 15 years on you plus, but so I don't want to age myself or you, but there was a big drop off from Shaq, Miami Heat Shaq.
Agreed.
And Phoenix Suns Shaq.
Agreed.
And I say that to try to like put into perspective where Joel Embiid is. Where is he health wise, and where is he? He just turned 30.
Mhm.
So what I'm getting at here is um, depth is going to be an issue for this team, dog. Depth is
Mhm.
going to be an issue. So if he misses 30 games and he coasts into the playoffs at 80%, do you think that they're going to finish any better than they did this year?
You add Paul George to that team?
Okay. If
Absolutely.
they had added Paul George this past year, do you think they would have beat the Celtics?
No, because nobody was beating the Celtics though.
This past year, had Paul George been there at the trade, let's say since the trade deadline,
I,
like,
I, I don't think if they got matched up with the Celtics, I think that just an unfortunate. This was the Celtics' year to win. So to answer your question, no, I don't think that would have done anything. But hypothetically, like let's say they get any other team besides the Celtics, and they've had Paul George rolling all year, I think that makes a lot of a difference to them.
so again, but so I agree, dude. First off, the fit, I agree with you 1000,
Okay.
right? Like we're talking about 3-and-D, catch and shoot, playing off of Joel and Tyrese Maxey. We're 1000. We're totally copacetic. What
Okay.
my real issue is the depth when you are paying three players max money combined with the durability issues for Joel Embiid, and then the fact that Paul George is not going to be a $60 million player year 3 and year 4 of this deal,
Mhm.
right? So to be honest, Paul George, I think he's got 2 more elite years in him.
Okay.
I think Joel Embiid has 2 more elite years in him.
Wow, that's it for real.
Dude, he's 30. Do you look at him? He like
Damn.
the way he fought. Yes.
Okay. Nah,
2 years
just
of being
2
on
years is
top. Yes,
crazy.
I'm giving him 2 to be on top. And
Okay.
actually, he's got a 3-year deal with a player option for the third. So, like like if you're pushing all your chips in for the next 2 years, that's cool. That's cool. But the problem is between the third best player. Well, I just they're just gonna have the depth issues, man, and I'm just so not crazy about it. And so, like, if it was me, if you count Drummond and his 5 million, if you count Caleb Martin and his 8 million, and then you count Paul George and his 49 million, like that was over 62, $63 million. And I wouldn't have spent that. Not on that, not those
Mhm.
three players. Like you look at all the deals out there, there was Nick Claxton, there was Miles Bridges, who's my fan favorite. Haywood Highsmith went for like 5 million bucks, dude. Tyus Jones is still on the market for the low. Like,
Let me make
uh,
sure I'm understanding you correctly, real quick. Are you saying you would have rather go to like those players and try to build this championship roster, or like what are you trying to
yeah,
get out of
I'm
this?
I'm I'm saying that you need to build this team around Joel Embiid missing 30 games in the regular season, and you need to finesse the situation so he's 100% in the playoffs.
Okay.
F F home court advantage.
Okay.
Like we don't need none of that. And I don't think Paul George and $50 million associated with him was the best way to do it. As
Okay.
elite as he is, and as the fit is, it's one thing when you draft these players and they're getting 25% of the cap, and you're getting them in their prime athleticism, like at 26, 27 years old. This ain't that. This is 3 elite players, and 2 of them are getting paid 35% of the cap. Like that's not mm-mm,
Okay.
mm-mm, mm-mm.
Okay.
Depth, and they're not built to overcome Joel Embiid uh, missing 30 games and then massaging the situation so so when the playoffs start, he's at damn near 100%. They ain't built to do that.
Okay. Can I ask you how you feel about
Please.
Andre Drummond? Because I think, in my
That was a
opinion,
steal. That was a
that was
steal.
that was a steal. Like that, right? That's a great backup big to have, especially to pair him up with a player like Joel Embiid. Similar to Anthony Davis. I'm not going to make this about the Lakers, but similar to Anthony Davis, a very injury prone player. When you can put a big body like Andre Drummond there to just be able to bang with other bigs and just preserve Joel Embiid or
Okay.
preserve Anthony
Preserve
Davis
that, but that's not what it's going to be, dude. Time out, time out, time out. I'm going to
during
ask
the
you a question.
season. Preserve during the
No, okay.
season.
So I hear you, but that involves Joel Embiid playing 25 minutes a game, him abandoning any hopes for MVP,
That's fine.
And that is on the load management plan, and you're really committing to playing Andre Drummond, 20 minutes a game, 25
in the regular
minutes a game.
season, right?
In the regular season,
that's
right?
totally
And then
fine.
Joel's going to be cool with 25 minutes a game.
Joel Embiid if he wants to win and he understands his injury history, someone's got to bring this to him. Sit down with him.
I agree.
Look, we need you healthy come playoffs. Okay. So if you need to play less minutes during the regular season, you need an injury load during the regular season, do whatever you need to do. But by that time playoffs rolls around, I need you as close to 100% as possible. And I think that with the options that they had, them bringing Andre Drummond is about the closest thing you can bring to it, because you can try to preserve. So who do you
because
bring?
they're not going to do it, dude. You're talking about treating Joel Embiid like he's Al Horford on the Celtics. We need you to be ready for the playoffs. Yeah, that shit works when it's Al Horford and it's like that's the whole load management game plan from the jump. Joel Embiid is the shot caller there, at least on the court. He's not going to be cool with playing 25 minutes a game and finessing for the playoffs, dude. Like, my plan when I outlined this whole shit back in April, the whole thing, I said what I would have done rather than give Paul George 50 is I wanted Nick Claxton. Like, that was my thing. I was like, Nick Claxton is a switchy defender. Nick Claxton can man the middle as needed and fill in for Joel Embiid when he needs to. But, like, I need you to carry the water with Joel Embiid while it's happening on the court, so he's not labor. Like, this is just this depth's going to be an issue.
But then with what you're saying, like, are you expecting then Joel Embiid to be healthy for a regular season? Because he's not gonna be. Like, I feel like that's a given at this point, right? Like,
okay,
he's gonna be healthy. So
let's play this out.
Why are we gonna play
this out? Okay. Let's play this out. He misses 30 games. Are we both comfortable saying that? Like, he's going to miss probably 30 games next year?
Probably.
Okay.
Which is crazy, but all right.
This is the squad. This is the squad. We're talking about Maxey, Drummond. Okay. First off, they did steal. Caleb Barton and Oubre. Those were like steals, bro. Like, I'm with that. I love Oubre. But with no Joel Embiid, what do you expect what their winning percentage is going to be? Maxey, PG-13 or PG-8. Drummond, Oubre, Eric Gordon, Caleb Martin, the rookie, and then they had this dude I showing out yesterday, Adam Bona, their second round pick.
That dude, yeah.
I see. You saw him?
I saw him. He was showing out. I ain't gonna lie, he was showing out.
I was like, and maybe he's the.
I didn't know who he was. I'm gonna be honest.
I didn't either. I was like, but he pops off the screen. I was like, dude, maybe he could be the Nick Claxton that I was talking about. But anyway.
But okay, hold on. If that happens, they're still good enough to be a playoff team. They're still good enough to be a top 6 seed in the East. They are still good enough to be a top, and that's all you need when you have a caliber of player like Joel Embiid. I just need you healthy come playoffs. Once you healthy come playoffs, I trust that you could turn that thing on. You don't trust that?
I think that roster is too weak. They can't compete. Like, could they sneak into the playoffs? Yes. But second round, dude. Like, I agree. The expectations are Eastern Conference Finals. Anything less than that is a complete failure. I'd argue that anything less than appearing in the NBA Finals is a failure. Like, that's where I'm with it. But I think based off of depth and Joel Embiid injury, and you've heard me make these claims before about other players, and it's like right on time. I'm not sure they're gonna make it past the second round, dog.
Damn.
I'm not sure they're making it past the second round. I'm not.
Say that again. Say that again, Jay.
I'm not giving that to them, dog.
Say that again, Jay. Say it again.
I'm not giving that to them. I'm not sure they're making it past the second round, dog.
No. Okay. All right, Jay. Okay. So then, I mean, we might have to agree to disagree on this one. But then what about the moves of adding like you already told me you love the Caleb Martin move, but like adding the shooters like Eric Gordon, adding you already told me you like the Andre Drummond move. Like, none of those are enough to you to push.
They're not, dude. Season? Eric Gordon is 36, bro.
But okay, well, I'm not asking him to be a Paul George, but he's a good spot up shooter.
But here's what happens: Joel Embiid gets hurt. Drummond moves up and has to play 25 or 30 minutes a game. And then who's coming in to give Andre Drummond a break for that 15 minutes?
That Adam.
No, he's not on the roster yet. Don't even look. There's not even waste your breath.
Okay, I
Yeah.
mean, okay,
Daniel Tice is gone. He just went to the Pels. Like,
yeah,
what are we talking about here? Like, next man up, then the next man who's the next man. Like, I'm telling you, depth and injury. We getting this on wax right now.
right now, Jay. July 11th, Jay. Okay, all right, Jay. I mean, hey, I like it. I don't know if you want to touch on anything else with the 76ers. No, Maxey re-signed 5-year, 204,
Nah,
204 million, 40 million a year. Caleb Martin, we both showed some love to him. Only thing I want to
yeah,
say is that, like, fully healthy, dog. Like, I'm gonna be honest, this team is gonna have some elite defense. Like, except Maxey, right? This team has PG, Oubre, Caleb Martin, and then Joel Embiid. Like,
yeah.
man, right there, and
No,
especially if
it's
there's
when they're
those
firing
three
on all
wings,
cylinders.
is going to
Yeah.
be
No,
elite.
I'm with you. Fully healthy. They're Bombers championship. But I just, like I said,
No, yeah.
I've seen this before.